many people suffer because I realize you can't control certain things. I practice a fairly conservative type of fiscal management too. A fair amount of cash in my portfolio, so I'm not exposed to this market turmoil.
Sure.
I also participate in the risk because that's where the returns are, but balance your portfolio, don't go for sucker bets, and those will have profound effects on the rate at which you age.
Sure. And one thing that you mentioned too, that having fun when you exercise, being happy, helps as well. Doing fun exercises, right?
Oh, absolutely. I can't stand the Soviet approach where you write down how many steps you did and reps and the weights and your log hours on the treadmill and so forth. That's top-down central control. That's the planning model. That's not the spontaneous model.
Okay.
You want to have randomization and playfulness about everything, I think.
Yeah, so basically you're just going to on a wait and see mode with any future type of interventions that might help out with health and longevity, and you don't have a specific desire or goal to reach 100 years of age or 110 or 120, anything like that.
I don't.
Just play it by ear as each day comes along, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I probably got 20 good years, and then I'll see.
And then you'll see. Well, I hope you have a lot more than 20 good years. And with that, I'm going to conclude the interview. I want to thank you very much tonight, Professor Vany, for joining us, and hope to see some more great information in the blog. And that's another thing for everyone who tuned in tonight. You can find out a lot of great things at Arthur Devany's blog. Just do a search. Just do a search of Arthur Devany, and the top link is Arthur Devany's blog. So thank you very much, Professor Devany.
You bet. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Have a good evening. There we go, Professor Vany on the Sunday evening update. A lot of great information out there that he is providing to everyone. You got to take advantage of people who have studied the issue so well, such as Professor Vany. I want to thank him very much for joining us on the program, and I want to apologize for some of you out there that we did have some audio difficulty at times, where a little bit of a static in the broadcast. Sorry about that. And unfortunately, that may have prevented us from hearing a little bit of the details that Professor Vany was providing. So we'll be working on that. I'm not sure the source of that static, but I always want to have the highest quality here through the stream as possible. But anyway, on to a little bit more with the program. I did promise that after we talked about some real good advice from Vany, we'll talk about our little snake oil segment. And this one, this week is, let's just say it's a little bit out of this world. You might laugh a little bit. I have to thank Shannon for finding this one. FastSpells.com. Yes. Did you know that you could become healthy with spells from, I'm not sure if they're psychics, voodoo, or witches, Wiccans, I'm unsure. But you can go to FastSpells.com. Did you know that? And get your health cured here. Of course, I'm being a little funny here. Who wouldn't want to be healed by such beautiful women here? As you see here pictured from the Fast Spells website. And it only costs you $265 to get an immortality spell or a health spell, or need to lose that weight but can't seem to get it off. Have you tried everything from diet pills to routines? Well, you can contact Fast Spells, pay them a little cash, and they'll put a spell out there and you'll lose the weight. Okay. I kind of doubt it, but you know what? Their website does say you get a money-back guarantee, and look at this. Here's a picture of perhaps where they don't go, where they go to do their spells. $265 an hour? No, it's Jeremy. I think it's $265 per spell is what you get. Is what you pay for, and that's for the premium spell. I wonder what. Let's go back to that graphic here. What do you get for the standard spell? Like if you're trying to lose weight, what do they say? We'll give them the standard spell for $39, and we'll just let them lose 5 pounds. Then they'll come back for the premium level when they want to lose 30 pounds. Maybe that's the way it works. I'm not sure. Yeah, hey, Wybit, it does look like the Blair Witch house there where they do their spells. I'm not sure. This was on their website, and they said all of our ceremonies are done in a private location, which is at peace with the natural energies that we work with. We work in a non-populated, uncommercialized, and nature-abound location. Well, if that's a picture of where they do their spells, I think that at one point it was commercialized and disturbed, and someone was probably living there. It's not, I guess, pure natural area. But, yeah, I would say it does look like the Blair Witch Project, but they don't look like the Blair Witches there, do they? In fact, if I was going to pay for a spell, I would probably go to Fast Spells just because, well, I mean, pretty good-looking witches there that are casting the spells. I don't know. Do you call them witches? I don't know. It's snake oil for the most part. But since 1981, 20 years in business, I'm pretty amazed because they offer a money-back guarantee, as you can see, and I'm thinking they would get a lot of requests for their money back. I'm not sure how that exactly would work, but they must be making money. Someone must be purchasing spells. I just hope Immortality Institute members aren't purchasing spells from fastspells.com. Hey, let's move on from the snake oil to something real great here. That is the Folding at Home prize. If you didn't notice, the Longevity Meme team has risen up the rankings, shot up the rankings 9 places in the last week, up to 155, and we are currently cranking out over 115,000 points per day. Yeah, hey, that's pretty awesome. The prize is really driving a lot of people over to the Longevity Meme team. And if you had any questions or you wanted to find out more about Folding at Home and the Folding at Home prize and the Longevity Meme team, of course, at the Immortality Institute, we have a whole forum dedicated to all your folding news and how to get the most out of your rig, out of your computer. That's right. So, stop on over, join the team. Let's keep moving up the rankings. You know, the top teams out there do have, they're putting out, 1 million points per day. We're at 100,000 points per day, but hey, we've only been doing it how long? 3 months. And look at how far we've come. I think we can reach that 1 million point plateau at some point here over the next few months or maybe next year. We'll continue working hard at that. And Shep, I want to thank you for the questions tonight for Professor Vany. Sorry if there was a little static there. It didn't quite get to it, but he said the main reason why he stopped drinking alcohol is that it's kind of had a little allergic reaction to it. A little bit of calories in it prevented him from losing that little bit of fat that he wanted to get rid of. So, the alcohol, he knows, he understands that, it's beneficial. As far, some studies show that it's a moderate amount is okay, and he doesn't advise that everyone give it up, but for him, it's just something that he didn't give it up. Just checking some of the chat here for the program. Sites, learn from a trusted company. Yep, who do you trust? Okay, yeah, I see. Okay. Anyway, no questions yet from the audience, so that's good. I just wanted to say, again, I want to apologize for the static and the audio was not at a level that I would hope for a great interview such as Professor Vany. And also I want to mention before we stop the recording of tonight's program is that next week we've got Dr. Terry Grossman coming up. And he, of course, is Ray Kurzweil's anti-aging doctor. They collaborated on the book, Fantastic Voyage. So he's got undoubtedly a lot of different tips on supplements and exercise and diet that we'll go through again next week. I'm sure, I wouldn't doubt that it'll be very similar to what Professor Vany had this week. Most experts are kind of converging on the paleo diet. Moderate amount of fat, more protein, and hardly any carbs. Fiber but no carbs. High nutrient, low calorie foods, and I'm sure that we'll get a little bit of that next week. And I did have an agreement to interview Zhang Shui, the cancer researcher, the LIFT cancer trial that's going on at Wake Forest. He's the head researcher. But then at the last minute he postponed, unfortunately. So still working on perhaps getting him later this year to talk about his cancer therapy, which is very exciting. It's a new cancer therapy that hasn't been tried before, the leukocyte infusion therapy. So that'll be very interesting. Hopefully we can get him coming up in the next couple of weeks, couple of months. And next week again, we do have Terry Grossman, along with all the other updates that we'll normally have, news and views from around the world of life extension. And this marks the official end of this July 20th version of the Sunday